A person needs to have a sense of humor.
Olga's going to tell us a local joke.
Stand here, look at the statue, look at him.
Okay, I'm looking.
So the piece of paper in his left hand.
Oh, it does look like that. It looks like he, all right, let's be polite about it. Say he's masturbating, shall we say?
Well, yeah, sort of like this. So they say, local joke says the communists were afraid that if they knock down the statue and put the statue to a communist leader instead, so locals would continue looking at the communist leader from this angle. And that's not really an appropriate way to look at a party boss. So that's what saved the Duke statue, but that's a joke, you know. The third Odessa's governor, Prince Vorontsov, came to Odessa, bought himself a piece of land at the end of the boulevard, and decided that the city needed marine gates. There were no trees, so this area was very clearly seen from the harbor.
Oh, from the right.
So he was the first governor, Odessa's governor of Russian origin. When he settled here, Russian aristocrats started to come and settle in Odessa either for summer or for the whole time. So he decided to give pieces of land along the boulevard to Russian aristocrats for free, but on two conditions. They had to build nice houses just within 5 years. And together with a piece of land to build a house, they got a piece of land on the cliff, which they had to plant at their own expense. This may remind you of many of the streets in St. Petersburg. The architectural style is the same, and people who live there and here on the boulevard were the same.
It is a beautiful hotel.
This originally was a residence of a known Russian aristocratic family, which they sold this residence in the middle of the 19th century, and the house was converted to the hotel, operated and owned by the French person. But since all the French-related and European-related names were taken, the French didn't have any other option but to call it London Hotel.
That's why Londonskaya.
So then it was changed to Londonskaya.
Okay.
First it was London. The oldest out of all operating hotels in the city, the Bolsheviks never shut it down.
Are the rooms inside it nice?
The best points about this hotel is the location.
Location,
Location, and history. So the rooms, I've never been there inside personally, but guests say that they may need some of refurbishings.
We finally figured out why these birds do not fly away. They put them in the water. They wet their feathers. They wet the birds securely. And then when they spread their wings, they cannot fly away. Are those actually pigeons? Yeah. Ooh. You've got to hope that the pigeon does not do anything on her hair. Olga just told me that that is the goddess of fertility, and Mercury, the god of trade, which helped make, well, there's a very long involved story about what made Odessa successful.
According to the first city plan, Odessa was supposed to have two districts. The military district, which is the nice area, can be compared to London's Mayfair. That was the address, and those who were rich and lucky enough to get a piece of land settled here. And the Creek district, that was the area a little bit that way, which was occupied by craftsmen, small traders who were moving into the city from all parts of Russia, Ukraine, and Europe. And we're standing at the beginning of Pushkinskaya Street, which is one of the nicest streets in that rich sort of district. Originally, it was called Italian Street.
Italian Street?
Italian Street. That happened when the city wanted to please Italian diaspora, because Italian traders conducted all trade around grain export. So when they wanted to move the trade from London to Odessa, they selected the nicest street. They said as long as it was changed to Pushkinskaya Street, and I'll explain a little bit later why.
That big gray dome is just part of an apartment building past the Opera House.